So I just found out there's a Life is Strange dating sim. I am so excited. Hopefully this will go well, because when I played Life is Strange, I thought I could date anybody, and I wanted to date Kate so much. And the fact that now I get a chance to, I'm super excited. Okay, but first, let's chill with the sound. There we go. Alright, let's start. Let's get to dating. Ugh. Insert groan here. Let's get up. I guess I better get up. The air is a little chilly as I push the covers off, and one glance in my mirror is enough to tell me that I look like a total zombie. In other words, it's a typical morning for me. Someone's playing music. The people I share a dormitory with are worse than roosters. Oh well, at least I'm up. I shouldn't make it a habit to be late to class anyway. I stretch out, yawning as I make my way to the window to feel the sunlight on my skin. Lisa seems to be enjoying it too. She's grown like crazy over the past year. My mom would be so proud. Wow, a whole year already. It's hard to believe I've been at Blackwell for that long. I'm so glad that I came back to Arcadia Bay, and not just for Blackwell Academy, although I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a huge part. I like Seattle, but it never really felt like home. Arcadia Bay is the place I grew up in, the place where I made all of my best memories and had so many adventures. Each one was as different as a new day. Pirates and superheroes. This was the best place to grow up. Well, I'm biased, but I really do feel that way. I don't want to sell Seattle short, of course. I lived there for 5 long years. I really do miss my friends there, and my parents. I was so glad to see them this summer. But I know that coming back here was the right choice for me. I'm technically an adult now, which is something I'm still getting used to. I definitely still feel like a kid in a lot of ways. I'm lucky to have my parents' support and my scholarship, which I've somehow managed to keep in my 2nd year. Go Max! And I can't forget one of the most important parts. Blackwell's brought me back to Chloe Price, my best friend. It took a little while, but we picked up right where we left off. Actually, we did even better, because we didn't exactly part under the best circumstances. But the greatest thing about Chloe is that she's brutally honest with her feelings. Those first few weeks were seriously awkward, but we got through it. I'm determined to be there for her now, even if I couldn't before. Luckily, someone was there for Chloe while I was gone. Rachel Amber. She's totally gorgeous, and she's really a great person too. She's almost too perfect. But she's one of those girls that's just impossible to hate, even though Victoria Chase seems to have found a way. At first, I thought Rachel and Chloe were total opposites, but they're really more like wolves of the same pack. Let's just say that knowing the both of them is like being an accessory to every incident of dubious criminal mischief in the Bay. But even if I didn't have Chloe and Rachel, I've got other friends here too. Dana, Stella, Alyssa. Actually, I can count almost everyone on my floor as my friend. Even Brooke, who is, abrasive. It took some getting used to, but it's just her way of being friendly. Pretty impressive for a shy geek like me, am I right? Take Kate Marsh, for example. She's one of the very first people who befriended me at Blackwell. Kate is probably the most kind-hearted person I've ever met, and she's an incredibly talented artist. She's one of the only students at Blackwell who unabashedly wears her heart, or I guess her religion, on her sleeve. I know that she gets a lot of flack about it sometimes. But I think it's really cool that she works so hard to create a comfortable environment for other religious or abstinent students, even if I'm not in her Bible study group or anything. I get along with almost everybody, except my neighbor from across the hall. Victoria Chase is the head of the Vortex Club, with all the reputation that goes with it. Okay, is Nathan in here too? Not that I'm gonna date Nathan, but I love Nathan. Even after a year, I'm not entirely sure what the Vortex Club even does, aside from underage drinking. I've heard that being in it is good for your resume, but I've never seen them doing anything to actually improve or benefit the school outside of partying. Oh well, It's not really my place to judge, even though Victoria herself does a lot of judging. Hasn't she heard the old adage about not saying anything at all if you've got nothing nice to say? It's hard not to wither under that ice queen stare of hers, or feel totally lame in the presence of her $6,000 camera. She has a great eye, though. I'll give her that. I can't spend all morning daydreaming by the window, though. I've got to get dressed. I don't want to miss my first class. Especially since... Mix? We're not saying Mix. Especially because Mixed Dog told us last week that they had a surprise coming up on Monday. I wonder what it'll be. They're one of the best teachers I've had. They're always supportive of my work and always smiling. I knew Blackwell Academy took on the best of the best, but I had to experience it to believe it. Mixed Dog is so freaking cool. I better hurry up and get going. Then maybe I can find some time to hang out with my friends before class starts. I have a feeling that Chloe and Rachel are going to laugh at my generic brand t-shirt and jeans like they always do, but I've come to terms with my style. I should make sure I have everything I need before I head out. Let's check our phone. I can't leave my room without a quick scan at my feed, the modern equivalent of reading the morning newspaper. That's the millennial condition, I suppose. Blah, blah, blah. Of course, Victoria's already posted her morning mirror selfie. Liked by 28 people, posted 5 minutes ago. But she really does look nice in that cashmere sweater. I'd hit like too, but I know she's not interested in my approval. She might never wear that sweater again if I did. I'd post more if you guys hit like. Nerd cooties. I'm kidding, I think. I need to stop sinking to her level and being all judgy. Let's put on some bracelets. Chloe gave me one of her punky spiked bracelets a few months ago. I'm clumsy, so I thought I'd instantly take my eye out by wearing it. But it turns out that the secret to thrashing is that the studs are actually pretty dull. I guess I'm ready for them. Oh no, I'm not saying this line. It's so... no. Too cringe, too cringe! The bracelet that I slide on next to it is all woven rainbow threads. Rachel gave it to me. I was pretty surprised when she did. Rachel's got like a zillion friends. Maybe she makes them for everybody. Let's put on a bag. I can't forget my bag. I don't want to forget my camera either. I'm glad it's managed to survive this long. It's really old, and not in a cute faux vintage way. It's legit ancient. But that's what I wanted. A total timelessness to my photos. As I slide my camera into my bag, I look at the little dough pin that Kate gave me a few days ago. It's a warm bronze color. She said that she found it in a bookshop in Portland, and that she thought I would like it. I do, but I'm just flattered that she thinks of me at all. I think I've got everything, but I have a feeling I'm forgetting something. Did we water Lisa? Oh, my journal. I can't leave without it. I take it just about everywhere. I guess it's a little old-fashioned of me, and I know that just getting a blog would be way more secure, but I'm used to writing by hand. There we go, all set. As I head out into the hallway, I finally spot the source of the music. It's all coming from Dana's room. The door is wide open like it usually is. This is definitely way too much space for a Monday morning. Nope. This is definitely way too much space for a Monday morning. I cross the hall, shaking my head. I knock on Kate's door, but there's no response. Maybe she's already headed to class. I'm a little sad I missed out on her usual morning violin playing. Not that I would have heard much of it over Dana's music. It doesn't surprise me that I can smell weed and hear the sound of a spray can drifting from the bathroom. Rachel and Chloe, up to no good, again. But I guess that's the company I keep. Victoria's usually got her door open or music playing, like Dana, but it's quiet this morning. I guess she went to class early, too. I've never seen her show up late to anything. Oh, the places you'll go, Max. Where to now? Okay, do we go class, bathroom, courtyard? Okay, so class sounds like Victoria, bathroom sounds like Rachel and Chloe, so let's go to the courtyard. I head outside the dorms and see, yes! I head outside in the dorms and see Kate sitting on the bench out on the front lawn, sketchbook in hand. Up ahead, I see Victoria focused on the bulletin board. I guess I do have time to chat. Let's go, Kate! Yeah, we're talking to Kate. Hey, Kate. Kate looks up from her sketchbook and gives me a warm smile. Good morning, Max. It's good to see you. I'm happy to see her too. Come to think of it, Kate's been a little hard to get a hold of lately. She seemed a lot quieter than usual. She's not the loudest person to begin with, but maybe she has something on her mind. Whatever it is, it doesn't stop her from greeting me as warmly as ever. That's Kate Marsh for you. I missed your violin playing this morning. Not that I would have heard much over Dana's music. I sit down next to Kate on the bench and see that she's sketching a few cartoon characters gathered around a fountain. Kate notices me looking and smiles softly, pencil tapping idly against the paper. I thought I'd try to get some drawing in before class starts. When I'm feeling inspired, I always want to sketch right away so I don't forget the images in my head. I look more closely at the page. Kate's drawings are always so cute and lively. She'd make an awesome character designer, or storyboarder, or an illustrator for children's books. Any one of those would suit her. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'll drop everything I'm doing if the time is right for a photo. I can't believe you do this kind of stuff with just colored pencils. It's so cute. Thanks, Max. I've always loved your photos, too. Kate's compliments always warm my heart. The best part is that I know that she means it. She's so sincere and positive. Speaking of photos, what do you think Mixed Dogs is going to surprise us with today? Kate's expression turns thoughtful, and she clasps her hands on top of her sketchbook. I'm not sure. They seemed really excited about it when I was helping them catalog our photography textbooks on Friday. I had forgotten that Kate is Mixed Dog's assistant. Did they mention about the surprise, other than being excited? Kate laughs and shrugs, and she seems to glow. The cross hanging from her neck catches the sunlight and flashes bright and golden. You're always so curious about the world, Max. A lot of people would say I'm nosy. Kate gives a little huff and continues drawing in her sketchbook, her pencil delicately tracing curves and lines. I think you just have a knack for adventure, like Gloria here. She's an amateur detective. Kate points to one of her characters in her drawing, a small figure peering into the fountain with huge, inquisitive eyes. A little cattail pokes out from under the character's long coat. Thanks, Kate. I'm glad you believe in me. I should get going. Kate nods. I wouldn't want you to miss Mix's dog's surprise. I'll catch up soon. See you, Max. Alright. For the sake of time, I'm just going to skip over Chloe and Rachel. And we're going to class. If I go straight to class, I won't be able to go back and talk to them. Yeah, that's fine. Once I enter the classroom, I head to the back and sit down in my usual seat. Contrary to what Chloe would have you believe, I don't sit back here to slack off like she does. I sit back here because it's centered right where Mixed Dog usually lectures. Speaking of Chloe, I can see her sauntering in with Rachel. She grabs a couple of chairs and drags them noisily across the tiles so that she and Rachel can sit with me. Chloe looks like she's already prepared to nap all the way through class. Typical. Rachel, on the other hand, she's got top marks, even though she's more into being in photos, not taking them. She's already got her textbook open and she's running a paint-stained finger down the page. Victoria walks in a moment later, with Taylor at her side. She glances at me and then immediately looks away when she catches me looking back. Her lips are pressed together in a hard line as Taylor chatters in her ear. I guess she's not in a gossipy mood today. Kate's seat is over by the window. She mouths hello to me as she takes her spot, organizing her books into a neat pile. Let's get a voice. Good morning, class. What a lovely Monday morning. There's a few grumbles here and there. Chloe's the loudest. Mixed Dog ignores them all. As you all know, I told you last week I have a big surprise coming today. Well, the day has come for me to announce the second annual Blackwell Photo Contest. I can feel butterflies literally explode in my stomach. Oh no, okay. I can feel butterflies literally explode in my stomach. Oof. Next to me, Chloe and Rachel shoot me looks. Called it. Victoria stiffens in her seat and sits up a little straighter. Kate smiles, of course. She's as bright as the spot of sun she's sitting in. Now, this contest will be a little different from last year's. You have to pick a partner because the contest's motive is the bonds between people. This doesn't mean you both have to be in the photo, although that's not against the rules. The photo can be of anything. Your bond will be expressed by working together. I want to see all kinds of photos represented. I encourage all of you to enter. At the end of the week, each pair will submit their photo. Of course, I'll be judging to pick the winner. As for the prize, the winner will have their photo displayed in front of the entrance of the main building and a feature in the Blackwell Totem. We only have until Friday? Shit, if I end up entering, I'm going to have to start thinking about it right away. Who am I kidding? Of course I'm going to enter. Mixed Dog turns to survey the class, hands on their hips. One thing you should keep in mind, be certain of who you choose for a partner, because you can't change once you've picked. You'll both need to work together to create your photo. No cooperation, no entry. I'm starting to feel a little bit nervous about this whole thing. Sure, I've been taking photos for as long as I can remember, but I've never collaborated with someone else like this before. If you plan to enter, I need you to pick your partners before the end of today's class, so I can add your names to the registration sheet. Double shit! I have no idea who to ask, and almost no time to make up my mind. Fidgeting nervously, I glance around the classroom. I can already see people murmuring to one another about their plans. Chloe, who's half asleep, raises her eyebrows at me when I meet her gaze. I guess she wasn't so zoned out that she wasn't listening. Rachel winks when I look at her, and I think about how much practice she's had posing for photos. Everyone knows she wants to be a model. Kate waves her fingers at me, smiling encouragingly. She doesn't have to say anything for me to know that she thinks I should enter. Victoria. She stiffens a little, but she doesn't look away immediately this time. She holds my gaze. I'm not sure if she's issuing a challenge. The choice is mine. I could ask anyone. Nothing stopping me but my own shyness. The worst that could happen is that I'll be turned down, which honestly seems completely mortifying. But if I'm going to be real here... Which honestly seems completely mortifying if I'm going to be real here, but I'll be even more disappointed in myself if I don't enter at all. Who should I ask? Oh, you have to ask me? What do you think I'm going to pick? I'm picking my beautiful sunshine. Hi, Kate. Do you want to choose Kate? I will choose Kate every time. Yes, I do. Achievement! A little faith. I pick up my camera off the desk and make my way over to Kate, who's still looking at me. I'm so excited for you, Max. This contest was made for you. I wish I could feel the same way. I'm already nervous. You'll do fine. We smiled at one another for a moment, and I fidget. I wonder if it'd be okay to ask Kate. If my intuition is right, something else has been on her mind lately. I should let her know that it's okay if she doesn't want to enter the contest, or be my partner for that matter. So, I was wondering if maybe you'd like to be my partner for the contest? You definitely don't have to, but I thought it might be fun to finally get to work together. You've got a great artistic eye, and... Kate's not saying much. She's got her hands folded together, and she's looking down at them. I decide to shut my big fat mouth. Finally, she speaks quietly. I'd like that very much. Oh, Kate, I'm happy to hear you say that, but you don't have to. I know you have lots of work to do, usually. With your art classes and being Mixed Dog's assistant and your club. Kate suddenly laughs high and sweet. Max, I always have time for you. As long as you're totally serial, I know you have a lot on your plate. Completely. I'm flattered you asked. We're interrupted by Mixed Dog trailing back to the front of the classroom and clearing their throat. All right. I've got to get into today's lecture. If you haven't picked a partner yet, then be sure that you do before class lets out. I settle back into my seat as the lesson begins, but I can barely focus. All I can think about is the contest. When class lets out, it feels like hours later, and I leap out of my seat. Kate is still seated by the time I cross over to her desk. She's drawing in her sketchbook again, her pencil making a faint path over the page. "Hey, Kate." "Hi, Max." She greets me without looking up at first, and then she sets her pencil down and stares and starts tucking her sketchbook away. "If you're sure you want to work together for the contest, we should let Mixed Dog know." "Oh, I'm sure that I'm sure." I pick Kate's book bag up off the floor for her, and she pushes her chair out and stands. She gives me a grateful smile. "Thank you, Max. I'll take it." She reaches out for her bag. Her shoulders seem to slump slightly beneath its weight. Or maybe I'm imagining things. I follow Kate towards the front of the classroom, and we give Mixed Dog our names for the contest registration sheet. After that's done, Kate turns to me. "I want to contribute as much as I can to this, even if I'm not much of a photographer." "Don't sell yourself short. Your work is really strong." "I'm more of an illustrative artist." "But to be able to draw professionally, you have to teach yourself about scale and perspective and proportions, right?" "All that stuff applies to photography too." "I guess I never thought about it that way." Sometimes I sketch in my journal. I've learned lots about how much photography has in common with drawing just by doodling. "I'd love to see your sketches sometime. I bet they're wonderful." "They're not really that great, I swear." "Now, it's my turn to reassure you, isn't it?" "You got me there. Okay, I'll show you." Kate smiles, her eyes sparkling. "We can save that for a later date. For now, we've got the contest." "Right. Do you want to meet me tomorrow morning to do some planning? Like, for where we're going to take this photo?" I was just about to ask you the same thing." "Well, how about the 2 whales?" "I'm never not in a mood for a good breakfast." "Same, so it's settled." "I've got to catch my next class, but I'll message you later to set up a time." "Sounds good." I pause, hesitating as I look at Kate's tired face. "Thanks for partnering with me, Kate. Take care, okay?" "I will, Max. I'll see you tomorrow." Kate's chin dips towards her chest as she leaves the classroom. I hope she's alright. She's as warm as ever, but I can't help but feel that something is off. I hope I'm wrong, but maybe this contest will help her take her mind off of whatever it is. Oh, that was a day. It's about 10 in the morning by the time I get to the diner the next day. There's still a decent crowd, even though it's a little before the lunch rush. Mostly the usual suspects enjoying late breakfast, truckers, cops, and a few students like me. Joyce keeps a watchful eye over these particular patrons. Oh, okay, I don't know if I'm going to read all the journal, because that's a lot. I'll just look for anything important in here. There's Kate. Oh, there's a cute doggo. A cute photo, cute drawing of Kate. Okay, so basically I think here October is where we start. So I'll check here occasionally, and I'll read. Feel free to pause and read if you really want to. She smiles at me, however, and I wave at her. There's no shortage of seats, so I idle by the door for a moment. Yesterday, Kate and I agreed to meet here so that we could discuss locations for the contest photo. I was a little hesitant to ask for help at first. Kate seems to have a lot on her mind lately. She's been more shy than usual, rarely emerging from her dorm room except to go to class. I'm not sure what's going on, but I don't want to give her more stress than she already has. But seeing her face light up reassured me that I made the right choice in asking her. Maybe this will get her mind off of whatever's bothering her. Or at least make her laugh when I make an ass of myself entering a shitty photo. Speak of the devil, or angel, in this case, Kate enters the diner. She looks a little bewildered, but she smiles when she sees me beckoning her to stand next to me. Hi, Kate. Hey, Max. Sorry if I kept you waiting. I've never actually been here before, so I had to look up the bus schedule before I left. She may have kept me waiting all of 3 minutes, if that. It's not the first time I've had to wait on someone. Take Chloe, for example. Don't get me wrong, she's my best friend, but girl can't keep an appointment to save her life. Kate, on the other hand, is almost painfully considerate, always putting other people first. I guess that's what makes me want to look out for her. The thought of someone as sweet as Kate losing her reasons to smile seems wrong. No worries. Is the booth okay? I gesture to one corner near the old jukebox. Kate nods and we both make our way over to it, sitting on opposite sides. Wow. Does it always smell so good in here? She looks like she's literally in heaven from the smell of the delicious breakfast food being prepared. I can't help but smile as I reply. Yes, Joyce is an amazing cook. She'll take good care of you. Oh, are we going to share waffles? Let's share waffles. A waitress shows up to take our drink orders, coffee for me and tea for Kate. She may be an early bird, but I need my caffeine fix. When the waitress comes back, I order my usual stack of pancakes, and Kate orders the same thing, apparently trusting my judgment. Well, I mean, should have got waffles, but it's fine. When Kate takes a sip of her tea, she practically melts into the cushion behind her, like she's truly relaxing for the first time in a while. I notice the shadows under her eyes for the first time since we sat down, and I feel a pang of uneasiness in my stomach. She looks really tired. I can't help but wonder how she's doing. Should I say something about it? Oh no. Crap! Oh, sorry. I have to make a decision. No! I'm definitely not going to leave it alone. I'm going to ask if she's okay. That's just pretty serious. Yeah. Are you feeling okay? No offense, but you look a little worn down. She seems surprised that I asked, but recovers almost immediately. Oh no, look at that sad face. I'm fine, just a little stressed out with, life in general. I'm sure she's telling me, I'm still not sure if she's telling me everything, but I better not push her for now. She probably has her reasons. I hear that, but listen, if you need to talk about anything, I'm here, okay? I get another genuine smile out of her as she sips her tea again, the warmth of it putting some color back on her cheeks. Thanks, Max. I really do appreciate it. Our food arrives and I immediately dig in, not realizing how hungry I had been until Joyce's famous pancakes were right under my nose. Looks like someone's hungry. I look from the half-eaten meal on my plate to Kate's, hardly touched in comparison. I can hear my mom chiding me in the back of my head, but the grin on Kate's face tells me that she hardly minds. It's warm and glowing, and makes me smile right back at her like a huge dork. Kate seems to have that effect on me. More than I thought, apparently. Kate just laughs. I don't blame you. These are better than anything I've had in the Blackwell cafeteria. Make sure you pass it on to Joyce. I will, if I see her before we leave, but she probably hears that kind of thing all the time. I shouldn't bother her. I reach across the table and nudge her hand gently with my own. You're never a bother, Kate. You've got to believe that. She looks at her hand and then back up at me, grinning again. I'll try, Max. She smiles so much when we're alone together. Kate doesn't open up to a lot of people, preferring to keep to herself most of the time. I'm one of the lucky ones that get to see the other side of Kate, her chatty, bubbly side. It makes me feel awesome. After I finish inhaling my breakfast and Kate goes about eating hers, I decide to bring up the contest entry. Alright, we don't have a lot of time, so we need to think of a game plan. Kate looks up from where she's been twirling her fork in the remnants of her pancakes, giving me her full attention instead. Right! Right. What did you have in mind? The location of the photo is going to be really important, so let's focus on that first. Do you have any... I stop, suddenly very aware of Kate's eyes on me. Not focusing on my words, but on me in particular. What? Do I have something on my face? Kate laughs, breaking the tension in an instant. Yeah, actually, you've got a bit of... Here. She leans over the table between us and gently wipes the corner of my mouth with a napkin. She does it so naturally and gently that I barely have time to register what's happening. Before I can react, she's seated again. There, that's better. Thanks. I touched the side of my mouth where Kate's hand had ghosted, feeling a slight heat in my cheeks. It felt really nice to get her attention. Alright, Max, focus. The contest, remember? See? That's why I picked you to be my partner, Kate. I'd be all over the place without you. Yeah, about that. Kate fingers her crossed necklace self-consciously, like there's something on her mind. What's up? Kate shrugs, looking away. Are you worried about the contest? It's not that. Her eyes snap back to mine. I'm not worried about you handling the contest, Max. I'm just not sure why you picked me to help you. What do you mean? I haven't been feeling myself lately. What if I slow you down or mess you up? I just don't think I'm as talented as you. If I screwed up your chances of winning, I'd feel awful. Wow, she's really beating herself up over this. Kate, maybe you should pick someone else to help you instead of me. I won't have any hard feelings, I promise. There's no way I want anyone else to help me besides Kate. What could I say to reassure her? Okay. Maybe she picks... Oh no, okay. We can do or just do your best. Is she gonna like extreme optimism? Because that's me personally. I definitely just throw out you got this. We got this. Just do your best. We can do it. Let's do We Can Do It. We're a team. I shake my head. Sorry, that's not gonna happen. But I picked you to help me because I thought we'd make a great team. I know how to set up a nice shot, sure, but I have trouble bringing it to life. I've seen your art for those little children's comics you make. They're so vibrant. There's so much emotion in your work. It's incredible. Kate looks shocked, looking down again. Oh, Max, you're way too nice. I'm serious, Kate. You're an amazing artist, just the kind of person I want working with me. So don't worry, okay? With you on my team, I know our entry's going to be great. I'm not a motivational speaker, but Kate actually looks hopeful after I say that. Okay, you're right. Go Team Max. I put my hand over hers and smile. You mean Team Max and Kate. We finish our drinks and get ready to exit the diner. According to my phone, it's only been an hour since we sat down to breakfast, so there's still plenty of time left in the day. Where to now, Max? Do you have any ideas for a location? Yeah, I'll take this. I'll do it. I know just the place. From the Two Wheels Diner, we head back to Blackwell. I decide to take Kate up to the roof of the dormitories. Okay, I'm gonna stop this episode here because it seems like a bad idea. But this seems so cute so far. Definitely let me know if you guys are liking this, because I will do a new episode. And Kate! I don't know how long this is, I'll look that up, but I don't think it should probably be more than 2 or 3 episodes. Alright, so I'm out. See ya, viewers!